simple fact. Nobody beats Mr. Perfect.
Hey, Curt Hennig fans. Hello and welcome to another episode of Curt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. This is episode 41. Today on our Perfect Podcast, we're going to go over the WW3 1997 match with Curt Hennig and Ric Flair. This is a great match. Two very well-skilled competitors. However, again, Curt was second generation, so I think he has the upper hand here. But before we start, if you'd like to follow me on my YouTube and Rumble channels, you can now. If you like what you hear and see, you can also subscribe, comment, like, and share to grow my channels. If you could follow me on Rumble, right now I have about 28 subscribers. I'd like to get to 100. So everything will be in the description field. If you'd like to become a paid patron supporter, you can now for $1, $3, $5, and $10. Thank you very much, Charlie Brown Politics, for being a paid patron supporter. And if you'd like to be like him, again, everything will be in the description field below this video. You can also follow me on Locals for free, or you can subscribe for $2 if you would like to support the show. Thank you so much for the support. Okay, guys, and we're back. So this is not going to be long. I apologize if you do hear some air in the background or something loud in the background. I do have my humidifier on because I am still recovering from allergies and sinuses, so I apologize if it's noisy for you. Unfortunately, I do need my humidifier on to help with my allergy issue. I'm just gonna go through some things that I saw through the week. A lot of people have been talking about Hogan and his announcement. From what I can say on YouTube, it has to be a rib. Because, no one knows what he stands for. And I just don't want to get into it other than it has to be a rib or a joke. Because it doesn't make any sense to me why he would want to do this. It just seems like it's a big hoax, so to speak. Okay. The other news is, this week, something about Drew McIntyre. Apparently he went on Raw and said, I quit, and just sort of walked out. Me and Angel think that it's probably some kind of angle. We don't think that Drew McIntyre is going to AEW. That would be a bad move for him. I don't think AEW is, I don't think they would know what to do with a Drew McIntyre. And to be honest, guys, Drew has kind of grown on me. He looks like a wrestler. He acts like a wrestler. He knows how to do promos like one. Why he lost in Glasgow, sorry. Why he lost, I'm not sure. Maybe they just want to give Damian Priest, more of a chance with the belt, more time with it. So I think that Drew losing was probably a longer story in it. Like, it had more of a storyline to it. And I think if he's patient, I think that he definitely will be champion. Honestly, I could see him challenging Cody Rhodes even if he didn't go after Damian Priest. But there's still the CM Punk angle that I think they're still trying to do. I think maybe CM Punk is going to sort of come out and say, oh, you said you quit Raw and you kind of left with your head down and stuff. Is that a brave thing that someone would do? I could kind of see that angle, CM Punk coming back. Of course, he would use different words than I am. I'm trying to please the YouTube censors. But, I think that, Drew has a lot to offer WWE still, so I'm hoping this is just an angle. Honestly, I think Angel and I are correct when we say this is probably just an angle. But if it is something more and he does end up going to AEW, boy. Drew, I don't see a good ending there. Okay, and that's being nice. Tony Khan doesn't know what to do with you. And it's kind of like the WCW thing where Okay, you're upset. I gather you're upset. Okay. You did not win the belt and you were sort of humiliated, in Glasgow twice. So he was a hometown hero. He was supposed to win and he lost twice. You know, unlike Sami Zayn, who, he's from Canada, I believe. Well, and then, you know, Sami Zayn lost the first time in Canada in front of his wife, and now the second time his wife was there, and I think their child was there, and he won the belt. So Drew is probably thinking, well, why can't I be like Sami Zayn? Look, dude, storytelling is what it is, okay? And if you want to tell a good story, you're going to have to play the game. You're going to have to play the politics, and you're going to have to play the game. No pun to, I'm sorry. No pun to, Triple H there. I'm just trying to say, you know, he's the one who's in charge. So, you know, if you wanna be where the big boys are, you have to play the game. That's all I can say to Drew. I mean, I wish him good luck. Even if this is not an angle and he decides that he doesn't want to be a part of, WWE, hey, that's fine, man. Do you. You gotta be you, you know? You can't be anyone else. You have to be Drew McIntyre. So, I really hope this is an angle for him. Cause I really hate he would get like injured and have a career-ending injury in AEW. And like I said, it's kind of like the Bret Hart thing and Curt Hennig thing. WCW didn't know what to do with these guys. They were WWE stars and it just seemed like WCW dropped the ball with them. So, Drew, we love ya. Hang in there, man. Hang in there. You never know what these storylines end up going to be. There is some good long-term storytelling here. But of course, some guys can feel left out, you know, like I said with the whole Sami Zayn thing, where he lost in front of his wife in Canada. And then, you know, he won the second time. Well, this is 2 in a row. But it's like the Cody thing, you know, they did it, last year at WrestleMania. They had him losing and everyone was kind of questioning where the direction was going to go, if they were going to go in a different direction with Cody. And then he ended up winning. So I don't think Drew McIntyre is going to listen to this because I don't know if Drew McIntyre is a big Curt Hennig fan. I would hope so because, you know, Drew looks like he has the stuff, you know, the stuff of wrestlers. So, what I would say is, probably what Curt would say is keep your head up. You did a great job, kid. And keep it going. Don't lose sight of the goal. Triple H is taking over now and, you know, let Triple H lead. It's like a dance. You have to let Triple H lead sometimes, okay? You can't always lead yourself. You have to let others lead sometimes. It just happens like that. So don't lose faith, Drew. Good things are going to happen for you. You just have to give them space and time and, you have to give them, you have to keep that edge about you. Because that's going to impress Triple H the most. Like I said, this seems more like a heel thing to do. Or maybe a babyface thing to do. I'm not really sure who the babyface is. Is it CM Punk or is it Drew McIntyre at this point? But there's also a lot of people who were very upset with WWE, how they treated Drew McIntyre. Look, guys, again, this is probably just everybody calm down. Everybody relax. This is not like, bad ratings for AEW, okay? This is just another storyline that they're probably prolonging because they have more story to tell. Okay. Remember that Curt and Bret's feud was over many, many years. So again, they were trying to tell a story about Curt and Brett, and neither one of them backed down and deleted their X, or Twitter or X account because they lost. Okay. Of course, X and Twitter wasn't around then, but again, I don't see Curt or Brett doing that just because they lost a match to the other. Their feud went on for many years, as I said, and both of them came back and were stronger than ever the next match. So keep your head up, Drew. I think you have so many things more in store for you. I see nothing but great things coming for you. So, just keep your head up, kid. You're doing good things. And remember, this doesn't end here. It does if Drew actually left. If this is not an angle, if it's not a storyline. If he actually left, well, I feel bad for you because your career is gonna go nowhere. I'm telling you, if you go to AEW, it's gonna go nowhere. And you're gonna be really injured. You're gonna be injured because AEW, Tony Khan, they don't care. They don't care about you, and they don't care about your body, and they don't care about your wrestling ability, and they don't care about any of that. So, all I can say is just everybody calm down, and Drew, keep your head up. You're a good wrestler. Now go prove it. So anyway, that is the wrestling news for the week. It just seems to me that this is some kind of angle, because this would be like someone quitting in the middle of a match anyway. Just literally getting up and walking out. So I hope it's a work. Unfortunately, I don't know. We'll have to watch and see. Anyway, let's talk about the match we're here for today. And of course, everyone knows we're going to do the WW3. So, WW3 match in 1997. This would have been the match that happened after Halloween Havoc. So, everyone, if you didn't see the watch along to Halloween Havoc, you can stop this podcast right now, go watch that one, and then return here, because this is after Halloween Havoc. So we just watched along to that. Again, if you missed that, you are more than welcome to go back and check that out. I'm not going to be angry if you do that. Just remember to come back to this podcast and we can go over it together. The WW3 match. So this was a great match. Both competitors really worked hard in this match. It's a little hard to watch because they do try to injure each other. Not for real, but it's more for like a storyline kind of thing, where I do think that Flair gets injured by accident. He kind of injures his ankle because when he comes off the top rope, I think he might have sprained it a bit. And I think that's what led to the fact that he did not have a cage match with Curt Hennig at Starrcade. So, as everyone knows, Starrcade 97 was DDP and Curt Hennig. So, and it's because Ric Flair had personal issues at home, but also I believe he injured his ankle from this match. Now, he would go out on Nitro the next night, and I believe they kind of worked it into the storyline that he does injure his ankle, and he's actually carried out by Luger and some of the other wrestlers. And then DDP is challenging Curt Hennig, and then Hogan comes out. We can actually do a watch along to that match, if that Nitro, if you'd like to. I actually want to kind of go back and there's so many matches I want to do. I'm watching Primetime, so I want to do some matches from Primetime. There's a Curt Hennig match with, Tim Horner. Such a great match there. There's some more stuff I want to do in Portland, and I want to get AWA in there as well. So, there's a lot of stuff to go through, especially the one where Curt does an interview about, Greg Gagne. He says, I'm going to have my baby sister come and beat you up. So I'm like, how little or how baby are we talking here? If it's a little kid, I mean, wow. But I think she was a teenager, so, but it's just funny the way he said it. Just kind of, I kind of chuckled. I'm like, how baby sister are we talking here? But, I would like to do that match only because, I was kind of telling, my man earlier that I've never really seen Larry Hennig as a heel. I mean, I did a little bit there because, Curt turned heel. So when Curt turned heel, of course, Larry was going to turn heel. So I only got to see that heelish. But I know Larry was a great heel back in the 60s and 70s. And I would love to see some of those matches, but I don't think they were televised. So, unfortunately, I can't see that side of Larry Hennig. But in this one, he sort of, he does do a good, leading heel, so to speak. So, that's kind of cool. But anyway, WCW was sort of, we're still into the NWO days, so it's not like it was over at this time. There's still matches I know, there was a match I saw on X. It was between Curt and the West Texas Rednecks and, of course, Conan and Rey Mysterio. So I would like to do some of those matches because I was like, wait, why are they doing that? That's so silly. Anyway, and it wasn't Curt, it was, Conan and Rey Mysterio. I'm like, why are they doing that? Why are they wearing that? So we'll actually, we'll definitely go over. I'm still debating what I want to do next week. I might just go back to, there's a great Dean Malenko and Curt Hennig match, and it was right before Halloween Havoc, so, some really good matches. I think the one after the Giant is good too, but I don't remember. I think it was Chris Benoit. He was against Chris Benoit, and that one's a good one too. I'm not gonna lie, that was a really good match, him and Chris Benoit. And like I said, I'm not gonna not watch, Curt Hennig just because Chris Benoit was a part of it. You know what I mean? It's a tragic thing what happened to Chris Benoit, but, and I think there's more to the story, to be honest. I don't think we know that whole story of what happened. So, alright, well, I think I've blabbed on enough. We've done the news, and we also talked a little bit about Curt's match, so I'm gonna get everything ready, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, and we're back. So, if you guys want to go ahead and, get to your Peacock subscription, it is WCW WW3, and it's 1997. It is season 3, episode 1, and I'm at 1 hour, 41 minutes, and 19 seconds. So, we're gonna start at a little bit of a Starrcade, promotion. I'm gonna keep my volume down though, because I don't want to get popped for copyright. So I'm gonna keep mine down, for the entrances. So Curt's gonna come out first, and then Flair's gonna come out. You are more than welcome to leave your volume up. I also want to let you know, if you hear something in the background, it is my humidifier. My voice is not so good today, so I apologize. I'm still recovering from, sinus allergies. And I need my humidifier on. I'm sorry. Otherwise I would have it off, and I apologize if it's really loud. You can turn your volume down. You absolutely do not have to listen to me. You can just listen to the match. But I hope that you'll keep me on, the podcast on, while we watch the match together. So, again, keep your volume up. You are more than welcome to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play now. And here's a little bit of, I wasn't much for Sting, guys, so sorry, but it's like the Starrcade 97, and it was Sting versus Hogan. So, yeah, that stays on. And now, Curt is gonna come out. And again, I apologize if you can hear my humidifier in the back. ground. Unfortunately, it's a necessity. NWO fan there. I like the little video montage they have of Curt here. It's pretty cool. And Curt always wore the NWO shirt so good. He was always very sexy. Of course, you got the belt there. NWO people there. I love it. He sits down. I'm like, gee, I'd like to sit on your lap. So cool. He made that shirt so cool. He was Joe Cool, I'm telling you. If anybody made the NWO cool, it was Curt Hennig. Michigan is NWO territory. That's really cute. NWO for life. Yeah, Curt would be the U.S. champ until Starrcade. And we did go over that match with him and DDP. If you'd like to stop this really briefly and go check that out, go check that out. Here comes Flair, so I'm gonna continue to keep this low. Because his music will play. I think Rick forgot where he was going. Yeah, so here we go. And some of these signs were really, really cool. Some of them were really weird and corny, but some of them were kind of cool. NWO country. NWO for life. I wonder why he brought the chair out. Not that I mind. I mean, well, be careful. Be careful, Curt. You fall down, you're going to hurt yourself. All right, here we go.
Flair certainly wants to get the hand of Curt Hennig. It's probably almost secondary to getting a hold of Hennig again. Tony, as you mentioned, this a return bout from Halloween Havoc, which was a disqualification win for Hennig when Flair snapped.
Stop chasing him. Let him take the shirt off.
And the hard feelings between those two certainly date back to that fall brawl when Hennig not only turned on the Four Horsemen, they joined the NWO, he slammed that steel cage door on Flair's head, sent him to the hospital. Remember that Flair refers to that as his wake-up call. All right, and also remember this. He looked right in the eyes of Arn Anderson. He took his position as a horseman, lying all the time. And we are just moments away from the biggest battle royal the sport has ever seen. We are moments away from 60 men in 3 rings. Moments away of seeing who will go on to February to face either Sting or Hollywood Hogan. You are now moments away from one of the biggest matches ever, combined with Starrcade coming up in December, the greatest time to be a fan of pro wrestling. And certainly enjoying what you're seeing here as Flair goes face first. Don't maybe we'll change our mind about that focused Ric Flair.
Hennig with a right hand to the side of the head of Flair. Now remember, here two men are in a tough spot. They're going to give it their all. They're going to fight everywhere in this arena here at the Palace.
There's no disqualification.
In a few moments, they're going to be two of the 60 men to come back to the ring.
They want to get their hands on each other. But I'll tell you, in the back of their minds has to be a battle royal, has to be World War III.
No thanks.
There'll be another day.
And the fact that you look at this arena and that you see three rings, it's an intimidating sight as well. Three rings in a triangular configuration here. Hennig, part of the NWO. And this goes back to the thing, one of the great things about World War III is the fact that it's every man for himself. But when you look
He's not the man. Ric Flair stinks.
They're going to stay, I would think, a cohesive unit, and thus, I think, are the biggest factor in this entire three-ring battle royal that in a few moments we are going to witness.
You certainly expect that to be their game plan, their strategy headed into this battle royal as Hennig now uses the cable cord to try and choke Flair. No disqualification.
Now, what I'm going to watch, Mike and Tony, is I want to see if the NWO touch each other. I want to see if there's any physical aggression there inside the members of the NWO.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I wouldn't say that out loud.
As a matter of fact, remember last year the Giant won it as a member of the NWO. They all celebrated with the Giant in his win. Hennig using the camera cable again. This is no disqualification.
That's right.
Come on, Curt.
Come over here.
Last man you turn your back on.
You know, Hennig certainly has this bitter rivalry with Ric Flair that we have seen over the past few months. But one of his purposes here may be to take Flair completely out so that he will not be in the 60-man three-ring battle royal.
You know, I think this rivalry is maybe even more deep-seated than just the last couple of months. There's some interesting parallels between the two. Ric Flair is billed from his criminal hometown of Charlotte, but like Hennig, he was born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Flair grew up following the AWA, trained by Vern Gagne after a football career at the University of Minnesota. He was also a Minnesota State high school wrestling champ, but Hennig has always claimed he's the greatest athlete ever to come out of Minnesota. I think the rivalry between the two goes even deeper than Hennig's betrayal of the Horsemen.
Right about that. I believe that too. Look at this.
Yeah, but Flair's not second generation.
Flair on top. And he caught Curt Hennig, or did he? Flair hit hard. I think Flair may have landed on a foot, maybe twisted an ankle, maybe twisted a knee that time. Hennig's front went across the safety rail, and Flair's limping.
I'll tell you, that's very dangerous when you go out the floor.
I think he,
There could be a spilled pump. There could be a spot of water. You know, in a basketball game, you see the ball boys come out, they dry that floor every time somebody's body touches it. All you got to do is land wrong. Your foot moves a half an inch. You can break an ankle or a knee.
Wow, talk about Flair letting it all hang out, but that may be a critical mistake that comes back to haunt him.
Oh,
Backhand chop from Flair. He's on the
no
line
thanks.
here. As you can see, he's hopping around, but he's got Hennig up against the safety rail. Fans, very physical, violent matchup that you're seeing. No disqualification for the U.S. title. Just the prelude to all three rings swelling up from 60 of the finest wrestlers around the world. We're talking about from many countries. Invitations sent out to many independent organizations. You're going to see wrestlers that you normally wouldn't see. Part of WCW come out here in the ring a little bit later.
Nice shot.
To fill out the 60-man three rings in the most anticipated single battle royal the sport's ever seen.
And if Ric Flair did injure his leg or his knee,
Ooh,
how effective
takes a bump on the floor.
tries to apply the figure four leg lock if he's ever able to.
Another bump on the floor.
His leg's got to be in pretty good shape for him to apply that figure four. I mean, this guy Curt Hennig's got some big legs, and his legs are in good shape now. They're not hurt. I don't think Flair can put that figure four on and make Curt Hennig submit. And plus, the last thing he wants to do is go into this three-ring, 60-man battle royal with a bad wheel.
Well, the fact that what's ahead for the winner of the Battle Royal, and let's think about it, Flair, 13-time former world champ, he has faced Sting, he has faced Hollywood Hogan. Here's a cover now, he's 1-2, only got a 2 count, and he realized that Sting and Hogan on the 28th of December at Starrcade will wrestle in the biggest wrestling match ever. What happened? Randy Anderson.
At the 2 count, Curt Hennig reached across and poked referee Randy Anderson right in the eye.
Well, it's a no disqualification.
Serves him right for not counting 3.
Pokes the referee in the eye.
I don't know. I guess it does.
It's also poking an announcer in the eye.
Oh, elbow drop. 1. Randy Anderson able to make a 2 count, and that was it. And I think maybe the poke in the eye cost Curt Hennig the win that time. But the fact that the winner of the Battle Royal tonight will go on to face the winner of Starrcade, Sting and Hogan, the one match the world.
Oh, are you okay, Curt?
Now only
You just told a fan to be quiet.
Watch this.
Watch
counting.
this.
And counting, and
Scissors on the injured leg.
oh God! High risk double axe handle from the top.
Well, you can forget the figure 4 now.
Let's hope so.
But remember, you don't become a 13-time former world champ if you don't know how to block out the pain. Forget about it.
He's just not going to have any power if he even has the opportunity to put on that figure 4.
You can block out the pain, but if you don't have anything in the legs, forget it.
Now remember, coming up in the World War III Battle Royal, that figure 4 is not needed. Just throw your man out to the floor.
Any way you can.
Any way you can. That's unlike the Royal Rumble where you have to go over the top rope.
Going to the legs like you talked about, Mike. And that connected in the lower abdomen.
Flair's still favoring that ankle. He's hurt that left ankle.
They're trying to get away, and there's nowhere for him to go here.
Of all things, an unorthodox top rope high risk move for Flair jumping out to the floor backfires on him. The spinning toe hold this time by Hennig.
Now, almost.
Yep. I would love to learn how to do this move because it looks so cool when Curt does it.
Flair, now with a chokehold on Hennig. You know, you can just see in Flair's face and that grip, the hatred he has for Hennig. Hennig into the death lock and he's slapping Flair in the face.
He may slap him a week. I don't know if he wants to do that.
That's what he made him. Can you believe that these two mega athletes are going to have to get back in the ring for World War III in just a few moments?
Can you imagine when that bell rings and you got 120 hands going in 120 different directions?
Cover? No, not a cover, but the shoulders down to the mat, and Flair pokes him in the eye.
We figure out today, a couple tons of weight in those 3 rings tonight.
A lot more than that, yeah.
Thousands of pounds of the greatest athletes on the face of this earth.
Flair back up one leg. Hennig goes to the leg of Hennig. Now,
That's what we expected from the dirtiest player in the game.
Not the knee.
right, and that usually is the beginning of softening up the leg with a figure 4, but we wondered about how effective the figure 4 will be tonight. Hennig trying to get up, Flair to the leg again.
I don't like this move.
For a 360 that time.
Ferris wheel.
Let's go around. That's exactly what it was. Flair's going to snap him over. Flair, I don't know how much steam he's going to have off the ropes here, but here he goes. Drives the knee down.
He's having trouble getting up. Flair's having a lot of trouble with that left ankle.
Flair calling out to the fans. Hennig still down.
Still got it, don't he? Get a woo, he can hit you.
Now tilting the forehead, the bridge of the nose.
Go away, Flair.
The nature boy, Ric Flair. Randy Anderson checks to see if he can continue, which he can.
Well, I guess if anyone could block out the pain, it's Ric Flair. Talk about a study in perseverance.
Oh, please.
In 19
You act like Curt was a
years into his pro career,
wuss.
Flair broke his back in 3 places in a plane crash. The pilot was killed. Doctors
That's not true. I heard a story that it was someone's dad who was in that accident. So that is bull crap right there. Debunked.
Scoots across to make a cover. And Flair gets out of it. Hennig, that's the best he can do to get over
Debunked.
as he could.
I knew it before. I told you this match, no disqualification. Hennig and Flair was going to take its toll on both of these men. So now they've got to come back in the 60-man battle royal. The very next match, that's hard to do.
I know a bunch of athletes in the back watching are enjoying this, not only because They know how great a match it is when Flair and Hennig are in the ring. The fact that two of the favorites have had a lot of steam taken out from them even before they get in the ring in the 60-man battle royal. Hennig,
Whoa, it's a chop fest.
just pounding him. Flair goes face first. Hennig falls down, but he cannot make the cover. Flair is front side.
I'm on his back, and I'm on his back.
Here it is, 1, 2. No, didn't get it. Oh, what a physical matchup.
Come on, Curt.
Well, they've been into the stands, they've been over by the cameras, they've been on the floor, they've been over the hockey board, over the guardrail, back in the ring. They're still standing there toe-to-toe hitting each other.
Amazingly that either man can stand. Flair,
Come here, you.
did you see the look in his face that time? Almost as if he was shutting out the pain, focusing on something else.
Oh, and Curt's not.
And now, right and left combinations, he may have knocked Hennig out here. He slumps down to the middle turnbuckle. Ric Flair, grabbing, throwing Hennig all the way.
I apologize. I will be drinking a little bit of water just to keep my voice in tip top, not scratchy.
Sure is. Flair must
Flair obviously saying something to Curt there.
Hennig to the other side, and he dropped low. An elbow shot, top of the head, uppercut, rocks the head of Hennig back. And Flair
Ouch.
right with you here, fans. It's amazing
Oh,
how much more they have left.
Curt Billies, be careful.
Known as one of the great
Ow.
cardiovascular athletes in professional wrestling, and he's going to need that win.
Boy, is he ever for the remainder of this one. And for World War III, that fans is literally moments, minutes away. At the conclusion of this match, both men go down.
Oh, man.
Foreheads bumped that time, and both men hit the canvas very, very hard.
And like you said, Tony, everybody's in the back watching this match. When these two men get in the ring, the Battle Royal, I'll tell you, some guys are going to take a shot at those legs and throw them out.
Where you going?
Between the ropes and underneath it.
Well, I guess you can go to any ring.
Touch the floor.
Hennig has gone over to
Oh, no, not the
number
knee.
1. They were in ring 2. And Flair follows him in. Remember, no disqualification. Basically, I guess he can pin him anywhere. Flair pinning back suplex.
Well, at least it wasn't the knee.
Part of Flair because he needed that strength from his legs.
And he's got him 2, and the leg of Curt Hennig made the bottom rope. So that ends that. Can you imagine how it is in the dressing room area right now? I mean, you got guys back there who know that if they win, would get a world title shot that normally may not ever get one. And they are, I bet you they're so anxious they'd love to come out right now if they could.
Sure, it's a career maker, opportunity of a lifetime for so many of these competitors. Wrestlers who would never in their careers be given a world title shot, never afforded that kind of a matchup, but the opportunity exists tonight.
It's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Snapmare over, and here goes Hennig. He hangs onto the head of Flair. Hit a great move. Amazing to see how this match ends. Flair, can he put on the figure 4? What does Hennig have left? He's hobbling on one foot as well.
Oh, man.
Can he put on his Hennig flex? Flair goes upside down. Flair hit the apron, and Flair goes to the floor. Let's see if Hennig follows. No, Hennig falls right down in the middle of the ring.
When Flair went upside down there, he didn't have enough presence in that ankle to land on it, to stabilize himself. That thing collapsed. That ankle was hurt.
Can they come back to not only win this match,
Curt does. I don't think Flair does.
for the Battle Royal? Coming up in just a few moments. The burning question. Flair, I think, blocked that one. But still hit very, very hard.
Don't worry about the crowd, Curt.
You can tell that neither man seemingly has much left.
And you know they're thinking about what's coming up
Watch
right
the
next.
knee.
You know that's in the back of their mind, the big one.
Head first to the steel guardrail.
You can just see it on the face of Ric Flair. What he has endured so far. Now hitting with jabs. Authority. Turning up that jaw. You can see the determination on the face of Hennig. And now trying to intimidate Ric Flair.
Intimidate. I think it's Witten.
Up near the windpipe. Hennig. And Flair grabbing the midsection, just trying to push Hennig off, and he can't. You talking about a great counter move? He just ducked low, held onto the singlet, and threw him over his head face first.
That's experience, that's the only thing he had left to do. It's the only thing he could do. He had to reach down and do what he had to do, and he did.
Great last-ditch effort by Flair.
You are seeing hatred
Come on, Curt.
just play itself out in the ring here. Flair.
Oh my goodness.
Favoring the knee when he's brought him in with the suplex.
He couldn't hold him.
Sure could.
He loves to bring him up in the air and hold him up high.
Here's a cover, and Hennig is close to the bottom ropes once again. The hatred that stems not only from the fact that Hennig tried to end the career of Ric Flair, but Hennig,
Oh,
if you think
boo-hoo.
about it, was the man responsible for the demise of the Horseman.
Boo-hoo.
Of everyone of Arn Anderson, as you documented earlier, Mike. And now Ric Flair with the chair. A chair that he is going to attempt to use on Hennig. Oh my. Across the chair.
It's a unique atomic drop.
That really is. Oh, and he kicked the bottom of the chair.
Not the knee.
Oh my. He's not finished. Hennig cannot get away. He's going to do it again. Randy Anderson tried to stop it, but he could not.
That is no disqualification. And they both have to come back for the 60-man battle royal next. Can they do it?
We may have a broken leg here.
Now they're on equal footing.
Be quiet, Mike, today.
Good turn,
What do
Mike.
you know?
He may have a broken leg here, and he's got another
And the belt.
and the U.S. belt.
Flair's the dirtiest player in this game.
That's what he said.
No,
He said
who
he
cares?
Back to the way he used to be. Remember, in that telephone conversation, when he talked about his comeback, Hennig is helpless. Hennig cannot get out of the way of the chair. Ric Flair.
Give it up. He's going to break his leg. He won't be able to get in that 60-man battle royal. Give it up.
No.
Shows the belt to fans.
Kurt doesn't give it up. Are you serious?
Showing the world that he's more worried about the leg. Figure four's on. Figure four's on. Can he withstand the pain?
Now watch. Randy Anderson kind of helps Kurt up here. Now watch. Oh. Thanks, Randy Anderson. Oops, that was a botch.
That's the only thing he can do.
I think he knocked him out. 1, 2, he did. It's over.
And Kurt wins. All right, I'm going to turn this down because they're going to do the NWO music. So yeah, if you look at that little botch there, I think Kurt was having a little trouble getting up, like sitting up. He might have been exhausted. So he might have like had the wind knocked out of him or whatever. But, if you watch there, Randy Anderson kind of puts his hand underneath Kurt to kind of prop him up. And, so there's a little botch there, but Kurt didn't try it. You know, Kurt was always trying his best. And that's like, they're like, oh, Kurt should give it up. I'm like, give it up. Are you kidding me? This man never gave up anything in his life. So, he gets out of the ring. Of course, he's, hopping on one foot. Oh no. I think his knee went out on him. I hope not. But he's still U.S. champ, as he, hobbles out there and the referee helps, Flair. I think, Flair injured his ankle here. But you can go ahead and hit pause. You should be at 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 40 seconds. Yeah, this was a great match. So, it was worth every penny of seeing. However, I think that because, Flair injured his ankle there, I just don't think that they had a chance to do a cage match at, Starrcade. Which is kind of sad because I would love to see, Curt in a cage match. I just don't think that either one of them were healthy enough to get in one. So I'm gonna put everything away and, I will catch you on the flip side. Okay, guys, and we're back. So I'm just gonna do some shameless plugs here. I'd like to thank you for being with me on my podcast. And Indie News just told us that we have merch for Pro Wrestling Talk. If you would like to get that, or you'd like to have a t-shirt with our logo on it, you can get that now. I'm going to put that in the description field for you. Get them today because they're going like hotcakes, guys. There are shirts for women, shirts for men, and everyone in between. So get them today. Again, the links will be in the description fields. And also, I'd like to do some shameless plugs. If you like what you hear, you can comment, like, share, and hit, follow me on Rumble. Make sure that you share my content so we can continue to grow. Also, catch me on Pro Wrestling Talk. That's Saturday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is scheduled to change, so if we let you know beforehand, we will definitely let everyone know and give everyone a shout out. Also, if you would like to learn about Wicca or Wiccan or paganism, I also have a Black Magic Talk show that we do every Monday night, unless that changes for me. But again, I will let you know beforehand that we are not going to do a show, or that we're going to postpone it or make it earlier. We have a lot of guests, so we're booked up pretty much. And you are more than welcome to go over there. Again, all links will be in the description field. I'd like to give a shout out to Kit Cabello at Heartlands Media, if you'd like to check him out. He is Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central, and he has a live show. So check him out. He is great. Also, Angel in the Afternoon, which is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to check him out, I will put his links in the description along with Kit's, and also Indie News Network, since I am on it. Again, Pro Wrestling Talk is Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check all this out, you can also just go ahead and click the links in the description field. I do have a Patreon for Black Magic Talk and also for wrestling. So, I have both of them will be in the description field. Don't hesitate to click those links. You can pick your tier, whichever one you can support. And, it's a lot of fun doing this, and every little cent counts. So, if you can, please give. And also, give to Kit Cabello if you can. And also Angel. And like I said at the beginning, guys, we got merch. So, check that out. If you like the shirts that they have there on the Indie News Network, buy them. Again, everything will be in the description field below the video. And again, shameless plugs. So I would like to thank you all for coming and listening to me. And remember, everyone, nobody beats Mr. Perfect. Nobody.